Okie dokie, this may be a bit of a controversial video, but I think the entire idea that Pokemon has whitewashed a character is absolute bull, but I'm going to go through why I think that right now. Wait a minute, and welcome. My name is Yuusha Anime, and welcome to Yuusha Bulletin. Just earlier today, Pokemon had apparently been accused of whitewashing the character Saito, or in the English name BEA, from Pokemon in the recent anime of Pokemon Twilight Wings. I am not a massive Pokemon fan myself. I have played some of the older games, and I did like them a lot. I've been interested in getting back in the series, but anyway, that's another story. We are here now because Comic Book, and only comicbook.com, and also Kotaku, have put out the similar articles saying that they are facing that the Pokemon anime is facing accusations of whitewashing a drawing. But from what I know of the definition of whitewashing itself, it's when a character of another race basically gets replaced with somebody who is white. But I'm going to go over why I believe all of that is rubbish in just one moment. But to get to the article that Comic Book have put out exactly, how long ago is this? Oh, EST, that's probably like good old 15 hours ago. So anyway, let's get into the article. Controversy is easy to spark these days, and even with the most friendly of franchises such as Pokemon aren't immune to criticism. That is true. Anything can be criticised. So what's the point? In the last year, genres were quick to call out the game ahead of Pokemon Sword and Shield's debut. In the months since, the fandom has calmed down quite a bit, but a brand new episode of Pokemon Twilight Wings has caused some fans to pipe up and protest. You're always going to have people protesting about something. That is just a way of life. There's always going to be someone that will hate something. Recently, the Pokemon Company put out a brand new episode, and it was all about BEA. The gym leader should be familiar to gamers who tested Pokemon Sword. She is exclusive to Sword, whereas in Shield she's replaced with another gym leader. The headstrong trainer loves fighting type Pokemon, that is correct, and she will go to any length to take down Leon. Yes, she, from her wiki, I believe it also states that, well, yeah, she's the expert of Galar Karate, so she's already got that determination. I don't know about the friends and that lot, so I'll just take its word for it with taking down Leon. The new episode dove into Bee's innate desire to win, but it was overshadowed by people who were concerned the character was whitewashed, which is kind of impossible to do since she's a drawing, in my opinion. According to a report by Kotaku, yep, so this is where I'm going to go into the article about Kotaku, since they mentioned it here. And to be honest, I can't call this much of an article. I really can't, because I'm going to show you why I think that right now. So, yeah, as you see, Pokemon anime accused of whitewashing. And then it goes on, gym leader from BEA from Pokemon Sword and Shield appears in the most recent episode of Pokemon Twilight Wings anime. Notice anything different about the character's animated version? Well, just so you know, the original version and the later version is never going to be the same. Remember, this is most likely just one of the original concepts, and it's also used on BEA's profile right here. So, what's the point? Below are BEA's official game art and a screenshot. Yeah, game art, not in the game. And a screenshot from Pokemon.co.jp. Yes, and that one's from Pokemon as well as this one. So what's your point? She does look like that from the image. And then, as a Japanese site, Hachima Kiko points out, here is how BEA appears in the newest episode of Twilight Wings. Which, yeah, she still looks quite similar to me. I mean, even if you just look at the other colours on her body, they have been brightened up as well. It's not just the tone of colour that they've given the skin, it's also her hair and her bow. They have got brighter colours, as well as all the other bits of background around. What's your point? And then they try to say, oh, it was because of the sun, possibly, which some Japanese people would have thought. And I don't know which Japanese people are saying this, because I haven't found any one of the sorts in Japan saying that myself. As noticed on Hachimakiko, there were international fans who said the character had clearly been whitewashed from the anime, writing things like, oh god, they whitewashed B. And that is a quote to this user right here, who said, oh god, they whitewashed B in the new Pokemon anime. And to be honest, you can't whitewash a drawing. because she hasn't changed race. She has not changed race. And I'll go into that in just a second. And this really doesn't really say anything. It was also pointed out that the character's original name is Saito, which is correct, a common last name. What has that got to do with anything? As noted, Hachime Kiko, there were claims online in Japan that perhaps the character was simply tanned like a Japanese gyaru. That opinion can fuck off right now. I don't get monetized anyway, so I can swear all I want. But gyaru, really? You're going on a trend from Japan in the 2000s to try and say that she's tanned like a Japanese gyaru. Get bent. She is in no ways a gyaru. No freaking way. If anybody knows what a gyaru is, they would know that this character, Saito, or B, however way you'd like to say her name, she is not a gyaru. You can clearly tell that, and I think that is one of the dumbest things you can ever say about it. I think it's just an attempt at outrage myself for like clickbait these things, so I'm clicking on this so you guys don't have to. And then they just end it off with an awkward, yeah, that's it. They don't say anything else. They just go, oh yeah, it's not just her skin that looks a bit brighter by colour, it's her hair, and also her clothing, everything except maybe the little black bits on her t-shirt. So it's not just that that's changed. And also, animation's a bit different from 3D modelling, might I say. So of course, some bits will change, but her race is not changed, and therefore it is not whitewashing. And then, of course, you can imagine how the conversation escalated from there. Well, yeah, if any, like, no matter what, if there's somebody who says something is offensive or anything like that, there are going to be people who jump on it and also try and either follow through from it, or they'll just suck it in and take it as fact. There'll be people who criticise it, and that's how controversy starts. But anyway, back to this. Pokemon fans went back and forth over the idea, but reporter Brian Ashcraft did note a couple of explanations for the colour snafu, which we just looked at. For one, the episode took place in a desert, mostly... A desert. I'm sorry, but spell check, please. Mostly, which meant B was overexposed more often than not. And this is also part of her personality, because she's also very outgoing and she's very athletic, because she's trained with fighter Pokemon, which is suitable for how she does her tournaments. So, what is the point of this point? A second explanation could come from B's name. The heroine is known as Saito originally, which is common in Japan. Yeah, and she is a Japanese character, so what about that? The detail is some thinking B was simply tanned in the games, but this explanation isn't doing it for everyone. No, it was already stated way ago on the freaking Pokemon fan wiki before this even came out. I believe she is tan as well. Like, if you met a person in Japan who lived in Hokkaido, and then you met a person who lived in Osaka, you can tell the difference in their skin tone. Easily. Remarkably. I mean, I've met quite a few people in Osaka who have got very dark tan, and that's because the temperatures down here, usually in summer, get close to like, I don't know, 35 degrees? Or maybe even 40. So... what are you trying to prove with this? You're not proving anything. She is a tanned character. She is a tanned Japanese girl. And also, if that is the case on how you're going on about it, what about every other single character in the Pokemon franchise? For example, Ash Ketchum, whose original name was Satoshi. He had his name changed to an English name. Does that mean it's whitewashing? No, it's an adaptation. It's an adaptation to an outside audience. Yeah, we wouldn't have known it when we were kids, but most people who watched Pokemon outside of Japan would have called him Ash Ketchum, whilst people who saw it in Japan, or maybe people who saw it in Japanese originally, would refer to Ash Ketchum as Satoshi. Like, you're not proving anything with this article. Neither of you are proving anything with this. I think this is just outrage clickbait. A second explanation with B's name, ignoring that, of course, because that's thrown out the window when we think about all the other characters in Pokemon, literally. Why is it now? Why are we now thinking about this? This is dumb. This detail is some thinking B was simply tanned in the game. She is tanned. She is tanned. Like, you're not proving anything. What do you make of this controversy? I think it's bollocks. I think it's utter bollocks. And also, to be honest, she is not white. There are other characters in Pokemon that actually have brighter skin color than this. This is tan. This is tan. Something tells me some people are just looking for any reason to look at something that is popular to then cause outrage. And I think this is one of those examples. I think this is a clickbait thing in order to get people thinking, oh my god, they've done something offensive. No, I don't think this is the actual case at all. And even one of the comments down below is this person right here. Non-Japanese fans of Japanese game. We are mad that a character from said Japanese games appears a slightly different shade of colour in Japanese cartoon series based on the Japanese game. Yes. And then actual Japanese fans are like, they don't even care. They don't even get involved with the racial stuff. They don't buy into it. They think it's stupid. And I, for one, also think it's stupid as well. It's just outrage is all this is. And to be honest, Kotaku hasn't got a great reputation anyway. The same with comic books recently has been really going downhill. And also, another good example of this happening before in the past where characters changed drastically was Waylon Smithers. We don't talk about that. And also, this person brings up an interesting point, which has also been popping up in Japan, which is relating to the coronavirus also delaying stuff in anime, which has been confirmed to have delayed some production of anime as of recently. So it could even be a freaking animation mistake for all we know, but I don't think it is that personally. I can't confirm or deny, so that's just my own speculation. And of course, there's lighting in the... This is what why I think it's all stupid outrage, is the lighting is the bit that makes me think that this isn't whitewashing at all. And also, Japanese tan. Just tells me enough to know that these people really don't... they're just so bent on making anything like this, just for the sake of saying, oh my goodness, we must be outraged. And no, the lighting is totally different. So I understand, if you look at the lighting in this bit in Pokemon, and then you look at this, it kind of goes away a bit. It kind of goes away. And if I just go back to the wiki right here as well, as I said before, confirmed as a fighter who ready displays her emotions, so she's a bit coup or something like that, has an accurate sense of battle strategies and always remains calm when facing a crisis. In spite of calmness, she's been riding a sweet tooth for a long time. Yep. It's also stated that she lost her smile due to strict training, which I don't know much about myself. But to be honest, I don't see much of a difference. I really don't. Even on this picture right here. Like, if you look at the original, this is both on the wiki right here as well. Nothing seems that different. It really doesn't. And also, the original voice actor in Japan is Eri Kitamura, a Japanese lady. So how is it whitewashing? And also, all the voice actors who do it in English are mostly American anyway. So, are you trying to get outraged at the dubbing stuff? Or are you trying to get mad at the anime? Because you're trying to say they whitewashed a character, but the character is voiced by Eri Kitamura, a very respected voice actor in the anime community. So this makes no sense to me. And also, she sings songs as well, if I remember correctly. So she's not whitewashed. She is not. If she was truly whitewashed, they would have put an American or Australian or Englishman to voice the Japanese version. So that's why I can say it's utter bollocks. She's not whitewashed. And also, she is a tanned character. She's easily a tanned character. So Kotaku and Comic Book need to stop their race baiting. And also, the person who voices the English dub is this lady right here, Laura Stahl. I don't know a lot about Laura Stahl, but she's done about 20 other voicing parts as well. But this is just pointless. I think it's just a means to get people riled up because it's a popular fan base, rah rah rah, and all that. That's what I think. But anyway, that's going to do it for me on this bulletin. I think it's all dumb, this whole situation, and this whole thing of like, hey, you've whitewashed a character, Japan. No, they haven't. No, they haven't. So Kotaku, Comic Book, sort yourselves out. You guys really, really are just trying to find anything for outrage clicks in the moment. No wonder you've lost quite a respect over the past few years. But anyway, that's all from me on this bit of news. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you want any more from me. And I'll see you in the next video. So long, guys. I will most certainly see you next time. Why are people like this?